Shalom and welcome back to my home here in Jerusalem. For those who are new, welcome to Israel with Aline. And today's question is, what is the difference between a Jew and an Israeli? Or is it all the same thing? What does it mean to be a Hebrew and what does it mean to be an Israelite? Let's explain and put everything in order. So, if you're ready, let's get started. Let's start with what it means to be a Jew. Judaism is a religion, and those who practice Judaism are considered Jews. Both those who were born into Judaism, like myself, and those who converted to Judaism, and nowadays there are Jews living all over the world. I'm now going to show you in the edit a map that shows this. In the world today, there are 14.5 million Jews. You can see that they are well spread out, and in fact, in Brazil, there are currently 120,000 Brazilian Jews. And nowadays, the largest Jewish community in the world is in Israel, and the second largest is in the United States. And very quickly, what is Judaism? Judaism is the first monotheistic religion in the world, meaning the first religion to believe in only one God. Besides that, Judaism believes in the Tanakh, which can be called in Portuguese the Hebrew Bible, and it is very similar to the Old Testament for Christians. And within Judaism, there are branches, meaning there are different streams. There is Orthodox Judaism, Reform Judaism, Modern Judaism, Traditional Judaism, and also secular Jews. That means there is a lot of variety within Judaism itself. And the term Jew comes from the name Judah, who was one of the 12 sons of Jacob and who gave rise to one of the 12 tribes of Israel. You can see here on the map that the tribe of Judah was the largest of the tribes of Israel. And also, nowadays we believe that most Jews are descendants of the tribe of Judah, and that's why the name Judah, Jew, ended up being used for all the people of Israel. So, what does it mean to be Israeli? Being Israeli means someone who lives in and has citizenship of Israel. Is every Israeli a Jew? No. No, Israel is a democratic country, and people of different religions live here. Nowadays, almost 75% of Israel's population is Jewish. 17% are Muslim, 2% are Christian, and less than 2% are Druze, which is another very interesting religion that lives here in Israel. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll make a video about them too. And we have less than 5% of other religious minorities living here in Israel. A small asterisk for those watching us from Portugal. I know that in European Portuguese, the word Israelense isn't used. They use Israelita for modern Jews, as well as a biblical term. But in Brazilian Portuguese, we use two separate concepts, which also makes life a bit easier to differentiate what we're talking about. And speaking of that, what does Israelita mean in Brazilian Portuguese? Israelites are the children of Israel. And who was Israel? Israel is the name given to Jacob after he wrestles with the angel, as it is written in the book of Genesis, chapter 32. So Jacob, who is one of the three patriarchs of Judaism, he will have a second name added, which is the name Israel. And that's why all his descendants are the children of Israel. And that's why Israelite refers to the biblical people. So, Jewish is a religion, Israeli is the nationality, the citizenship of today, and Israelite means the people of Israel in its biblical sense. And finally, who are the Hebrews? In my opinion, this is the most interesting concept of all. It's right there at the beginning of the Bible in Genesis 14. When the Bible calls Abraham the Hebrew, that means all of Abraham's descendants are called the Hebrews. And now everyone, fasten your seatbelts because I'm going to put a family tree here on the side and we're going to talk a little about biblical genealogy. We're going to start with Noah, then move on to Shem. Shem is one of Noah's sons, and from him will come later the people of Israel, who are a Semitic people, not the only one, but one of the peoples descended from Shem. And that's where the expression anti-Semitism comes from. When someone hates Jews, it's called anti-Semitism because Jews are a Semitic people. After Shem, we move on to Eber. And that's probably where the concept of the Hebrew comes from. Why do I say probably? Because there are several theories about this. In my opinion, this is the most accepted theory, and it's the one I want to share with you, which is the following. Since Abraham is a descendant of Abba, he is called a Hebrew, and that's why all his descendants are also called Hebrews. Besides that, Abba spoke Hebrew, and that's why even today we speak this same language, which is the Hebrew language. Although at that time it was biblical Hebrew and nowadays it's modern Hebrew, there are some differences, but it's the same language. And Abraham's grandson is Jacob. And Jacob again is Israel. And the people of Israel, the children of Israel, are called Israelites. So actually the concepts of Hebrew and Israelite are very similar biblical concepts. And we see the importance that the patriarchs have, the three patriarchs of Judaism, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And we carry their names even to this day. In short, everyone, Judaism is a religion. Being Israeli means having a citizenship. Being Hebrew means being a descendant of Abba and Abraham, who later become the people of Israel, who are the descendants of Jacob. And that's why when we talk about Judaism nowadays, we're talking about something very complex, something that includes a country with a Jewish majority in our biblical land. We're also talking about a religion, a religious practice, and we're also talking about a people, the people of Israel or the Hebrew people. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope everything was clear. If you have any questions, everyone, you can leave them here in the comments. I'll try to answer everyone. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, take this opportunity to subscribe and leave a like, and I'll see you next time.